Welcome students to the new session of surfing net and email. So hope you all have revised the previous two chapters. Hope you all understood. Otherwise, in the end of two or three chapters, we will have a quick revision of the previous two chapters. Now in this session, we are going to learn surfing net and email. That is, we are going to learn what is internet, their advantages, and various types of facilities available with the help of internet. Now let me tell you what is internet. The internet is a global network of computers. So usually children, when we are using the computers at home, we may be having one or two computers or laptops which are not connected to each other. They are called individual services. Okay, but in a network, we are going to connect more than one computers where a service is provided by a common server. So when more than one computer is connected in a place, we call it as a network. Now, what is this internet actually? So as I told you, when more than one computer is connected together, it is known as network. So there are different types of network. So at this point of time, I am going to tell you briefly. This network can be divided into three types: LA in LAN, MA in MAN, WA in wide area network, LAN area network, metropolitan area network, and wide area network, depending upon the number of computers, their configuration and their architecture and the place of spread. They are classified into these three types: LAN, MAN and WAN. So when all these networks are connected together globally or worldwide, we get what is known as network. So your internet is a global network of computers. Internet is known as a global network of computer, or we also call it as information super highway, because we are getting all types of information nowadays through internet. Now let us see what is 3W or WWW. As I told you, internet is a global network. WWW is World Wide Web. This World Wide Web is a collection of information via the internet. Collection of information via the internet or through the internet. So all the information can be accessed through World Wide Web in the form of websites. Internet is a global network, whereas World Wide Web is a collection of information through the internet. So how do you actually get the information from the internet? For this we need web browser. What is it? Web browser. Web browser is simply browser. I think many of you are aware of all the web browsers, or at least you must be using one or two web browsers at your home. They are nothing but an application or a small program to access and view the websites. So few examples are Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, Opera, Apple Safari, Netscape Navigator and any other web browser you can consider. So I think everybody is familiar with your Google Chrome and Internet Explorer. So as and when you get the recent versions or the updated versions, you need to update for the web browser also, through which we are going to surf the internet or search the internet. So in this diagram, shows you the images of all the web browsers: Safari, Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, Opera, Firefox. So I'm just reading out from the top row. On the top row you see first two browsers. They are Safari, Internet Explorer, and the second row there are three web browsers displayed: Google Chrome, Opera and Firefox. Now let us see few services or uses of internet. See children, when you are working on the internet, already you must be at home playing games, online games, and your parents must be searching for their official purpose and other things on the internet. So we are going to mention few about these uses. Main use of the internet is email. Email means it electronic mail for sending and receiving messages. What do you mean by this? See, whenever you want to send a message to your friends, relatives, or whomever you want to send, we can use electronic mail, and also we can receive their messages from any part of the world through internet services, educational purposes. So you all know, for example, now we are having online classes. So this service you're getting through internet, and even your classes, in school, you would have seen the teachers getting the videos and other project works and other facilities and information for you from the internet. That is educational purpose. Nowadays, since internet is used for various purposes, the very important aspect of this is for educational purpose. So you all are aware, in this present condition we are using internet for conducting online lessons, that is for educational purpose. And many offices, or almost all the offices, banks, agricultural purpose, medical purpose, everywhere where they need the internet for their information gathering. And also we are familiar that we need internet very badly nowadays to do shopping, that is online shopping. For buy the products, for sell the products, we need internet, that is known as shopping through online sites. Mainly I can make or give examples of Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, and many other sites from where you do online shopping, for which you use the internet. So the main three uses which we are mentioning here are email for sending and receiving messages, educational purposes, and shopping purpose. And also online libraries. Since we don't have access many times to go to physical libraries, you can also get the books of your requirement from the online libraries available. And we have got the chat room facilities where you can assemble in multiple or individual chat rooms. You can sit and chat with your friends. So let us see again what is email. Email or the electronic mail is a process of sending and receiving messages. You can send the messages, you can receive the messages. It is not that the receiver should be always online when you are sending the messages. So whenever his receiver end, the PC is on, he can get the message from his input box. So for this, what is the requirement? How do we send the email? For sending the email and receiving the email, all of us should have an email account, or we call it an email address, so that we will have access of our email on the internet. Next, how do we give the address of the email ID? Your email ID is similar to the postal address or the phone number from which you get the contact. So in the previous days or the olden days, whenever we wanted to send the messages, we used to write the matter on the letter and post it with the receiver's address with all the details like his name, his flat number or the house number, place, state, country, and so on. So similarly, for sending the email also, you need a email ID or the email address, so that the computer at the sending and the receiving end should be aware of where it has to be received. That is our email address. Now let us see how do our email ID or the email address looks like. Mainly our email ID consists of two parts separated by @ symbol. So this symbol, I think you are all familiar, you would have seen this symbol on the keyboard. An email address cannot contain spaces. So keep it in mind, the email, make it a point whenever you are creating an email ID for yourself, avoid giving any spaces which is not allowed. For example, sme@gmail.com. Okay, this is a very simple example I have given you. Similarly, you can create, or you must be already having your email IDs from which you must be sending and receiving messages. An email address also finds out or locates a location on the internet where email has to be sent. There are many sites which provide free email facility. Okay, what do you mean by this? From the email address, you can make out the location on the internet where the mail has to be sent or received. So how do we create the email account? There are many sites which will provide us with a free email facility like Gmail, Yahoo, Rediff, and so on. So if you want, you can create your own email IDs and try out. So as I mentioned here, they are gmail.com, yahoo.com, rediffmail.com. Then how do we compose and send the email? What do you mean by composing? Now you have to write the matter of your message in a work area. So children, already you know how to write your data on your Word, MS Word, that already you have learned. Similarly, whenever you are opening your email, you get a button called as compose. When you click at compose, you get a work area or the plain area where you can write a data or your message. That is, new window will be open where you can type your messages. So before typing your messages, you have to make it a point. You have to type the email ID of the receiver. Okay, email ID of the receiver. Suppose, as given in the example, you want to send an email to smv@gmail.com. So under 2, you have to type smv@gmail.com. And if you want to add few more emails or few more email addresses, you can always add. There's a provision for adding multiple email. That means, what I mean to say is, if you want to send, for example, you want to send your birthday message or birthday invitation for your 50 friends, say, you can compose or write the text message in the work area, and you can send the same message to your 50 friends by entering their emails. So you can, at the same time, without changing the matter, you can send many emails. And also in the email, we have got a facility of storing all our contacts. In a simple way, I am going to tell you, if you have got 50 friends of your class, or whose address you have to store for sending the mails, as I mentioned. So we have got a facility of address book and an email where you can store all the contacts of your friends. And also from the address book or the contact book, you can, whenever you feel that you have to update, you can delete or add the address. Next, we will just see what is e-greetings. So whenever, see, we are used to sending physical greetings to our friends, relatives, whenever the occasion comes. So nowadays, since we have got the internet facility, you can send your e-greetings or electronic greetings using internet through email facilities. So e-greetings is an electronic greeting which can be sent to your friends and relatives over the internet. You can choose from the galleries or from the collection on the net whichever greeting you want to send for a particular occasion, and attach that, and you can send to your friends. That's what we should understand. Next, in this session, the last point or the last topic, we are just going to find out what is a blog. B-L-O-G, blog. A blog is an easy way to create website. What do you mean by this? This is a very easy method. The bloggers make their own blogs. Okay, it is a simple website or an online diary where you can put your ideas or create your ideas or share your ideas with the public. So the blog comes from the word web blog. The topic of the blog can be from personal to professional. So for example, if you want to make a blog on your say sports topic, cricket, or if some of you are interested in making a blog on a recipe, or if you, of any of your hobby, you can create your own blog and you can share with your friends according to the choice of yours. Okay, this is for the day. Hope you have understood. Please revise everything whatever we have learned, since internet is a very simple chapter and already you are aware of how to use the internet. So before starting the next session of the class, we will be having a quick revision of surfing internet. So the important point is, you need an internet connection you read a browser, as already I have mentioned, to browse the internet, and the facilities mainly are email facility, online shopping, online banking, online chat rooms, online libraries, and so many other facilities we have learned today. So there are many more facilities. Okay, as and when the lessons go on, we are going to learn various users and the way to use the internet. Okay, have a good day. Thank you, children. Bye.